screen. Rafaela, you know how to, you're familiar with the screen, right? You know how to get to it?
Yes, but I don't have Miami. I have Broward.
Okay,
Broward
it's the
County.
same thing. You'll find
Okay.
the same app. It's called MLS Advantage right here.
Okay.
You click on MLS Advantage, and what MLS Advantage is that certain associations that share their information,
Uh-huh.
they will be here. Not all of them will, but I know the Orlando will be here. So if you're looking in the
Okay.
Orlando area, you can search by here. It's a little bit different than searching on the MLS, but you can search for vacant land because you said you were
Okay.
looking for land, right?
Yeah.
So you can search for vacant land, and if it's on the MLS in Orlando, it will show up here.
Okay.
The
And
other,
you gotta put the zip code, right?
yeah, you want to put the zip code, the city. You can put either city, zip code, wherever you're looking for. If you know a specific zip code already that you're looking for, you can put it in there, and it'll do the search. So you have that zip code already?
No, I don't.
Yeah, but the city, is it Orlando?
Yeah, it's Orlando.
Yeah, so we can do a quick just vacant land in Orlando, and we have some results here. We have 258 results.
Oh, that's a lot. Okay.
So yeah, you'd want to narrow it down, the price, all that stuff. But you can find some stuff. The other website that I'll send you to is a website called loopnet.com. Okay,
LOOP.
LOOP, loopnet.com. So remember that land is sort of considered depending on how big the land is. I don't know how much it is you're looking for, but it's considered commercial if it's more than, I believe it's 10 acres.
10 acres. Yeah.
So if you're looking for more than 10 acres, sometimes you'll still find them on the MLS, but a lot of times you probably more likely to find them on LoopNet.
Okay.
So look on there. LoopNet is pretty much commercial. So if you're looking for something that's considered commercial, LoopNet is pretty much the place to go. There's a few other websites out there, but LoopNet I has, like, for the most part, has the most it's the most widely used.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
So talk to me. So are you gonna? So all right. So last week, I get it. You got hit with the COVID vaccine. So that's not fun. I hear
No.
it's not fun. But what's up this week? What are you trying to accomplish this week? What would you like to
Basically,
get
get on
done?
the
What are your
phone,
goals?
make phone calls. I got a couple of feedbacks. Oh, they see that I'm in the real estate world,
Well, how'd
and
you get this investor about the land?
a friend of a friend.
Okay, so you
I
you, you
just
reached
told
out.
them and say it again.
You reached out.
Yep, I reached out and I said, okay, great. This is what I'm looking for. So send me a couple of listings and let's see what's out there.
All right. Cool. Cool. All right. All right. Lillian, you there?
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Lily. How are you?
Good, good.
Good, Lily. So talk to me. What do you got going on this week? What are your goals for this week? What do you want to get accomplished?
Well, this week I have an offer that I sent before the Memorial Day weekend that I have to follow up with it. And I had another one under contract that I have to start working on it. I already did the inspection and everything. Uh, I have one that's closing on the 8th. So just basically just follow up with all my clients and the offers that I had under contract and the other ones that I get,
Cool.
going.
How'd it go with your closing on Friday? It ended up closing. Everything good?
Yeah, everything good. They did sign the documents, and yeah, hopefully everything will be fine.
Okay, good, good. Just a quick rundown so you guys know. Like, Lilium on Friday had a closing, and everything's just perfect on her end. Like, she represented the buyer, and everything's just super smooth, super perfect. Like, all right, we're closing. We have no problems. And the day of the closing, they learned that the seller can't sign because the seller has a problem with the payoff. They don't agree with the payoff that the mortgage company gave them. And this is like on the last day, on the day of closing. So, it's one of those things that it worked out. They ended up going to the bank. They figured it out. They talked to the bank. And apparently it was incorrect. I was surprised because I was thinking the whole time, oh, she's just going to show up to the bank and they're going to tell her that the payoff is right. But apparently the payoff was off by $1,000. I think it was like $1,200.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the bank makes mistakes. So, and glad that seller was able to get that fixed. At least they fixed it the same day and they were still able to close late in the afternoon. But it just goes to show you guys that, we there's so many things in a transaction. As much as we try to control things, who would have ever, I've never had something like that come up, or had an agent say, oh, at the last minute I can't close because a seller doesn't agree with the payoff amount of the mortgage that they have. Like, so we, as much as we try to control everything, there's some things that we can't control. And my whole approach was what's being done to fix it. I was told by the seller's attorney that the seller was going to the mortgage company, like in person to the bank, to try to get clarification on it, and they were able to get it fixed, and we still closed on the same day. So luckily it wasn't a big deal. It was only like $1,000. So even if it was an error, we would have closed anyways. So yeah, so it's our business. We can't always control everything. All right, Maylene, you there? May? No?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm
Hey,
here.
good morning. How are you?
Good, good, good.
Good. So talk to me. What do you got going on this week? What are you trying to accomplish this week? And what's going on in your real estate world today?
So this week I leave on vacation soon. So I'm just trying to get one more over the weekend. I was able to get 2 of my buyers under contract. So I'm just hoping to get one more before I go. So today, later on, I have a showing with one of my clients, and basically I'm on vacation mode, but yeah.
So you're already taking the day off?
No. I'm not taking it fully off, but today I have to pack. So
yeah, somebody once told me, like there's a saying I heard once when I was at a real estate. I forgot where I was. I think I was like at a real estate seminar or something, and the guy was like, "Work like you're going on vacation." You know what I mean? Because don't you always feel like when you're going on vacation, there's all this pressure and there's all this like deadlines, because you got to be out by, when is it Thursday, right?
yeah, Thursday morning, but then tomorrow I have some senior graduations to attend for my daughter. So I'm basically like out of commission, but I'm trying to do some last minute showings. Hopefully I can get some contracts, some offers in before I go, and just following up with the 2 that I got under contract, and leaving everything all set up and ready to go.
Good thing is you have a great partner in Maggie. So, Maggie's got your back. Speaking of Maggie, what about you? What do you got going on this week? What are you working on? What are you trying to accomplish this week? Because I know you got you must have a million things going on.
Yeah, I already have her stressed out. I've already been slowly transitioning some, because we work all our clients together, all our clients to her slowly.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I'm sure she's going nuts.
Yeah. I think maybe Maggie, she might be on the phone or she might be tied up. Guys, so I want to talk about something that who just joined the call? You're muted. I'm not sure who joined, but hello?
Good morning.
Oh, it's Joey?
Yeah.
Hey Joey, how you doing? Yeah, because it says Sophia Pino. I thought it was
Yeah,
Ennio.
that's me. That's
Oh,
that's
it is
Ennio.
Ennio. Okay.
Yeah.
What's up? All right, cool. My bad. Sorry. All right, guys. So before we go on forward, I wanted to talk about something that an agent, kind of mentioned to me, and I want you guys to really, really like put some thought into this. And it's a conversation I had with an agent last week, and basically what that agent was telling me was, I feel like I've been in this business a while, been in this business a few years. but I feel like I'm not getting a lot of repeat business. I'm not getting a lot of referrals from the people I've worked with in the past. It's almost like, guys, hold on one second. Hold on a second. So what that realtor was explaining was, you know, she it's almost like she wants to feel from her clients or the people that she knows that she's their realtor. Okay? That she is their realtor. What do I mean by that? Like, we all have somebody that we know that maybe they're a contractor, maybe they're a plumber, maybe they're a caterer, maybe they're a party planner, maybe there's something. But whenever somebody tries to say, hey, let's call an AC guy. Oh no, but I have an AC guy. I have an AC guy. Do we all have that? Can we all agree that we have somebody like that? Whatever profession it is. Give me an example.
I'm a one-stop shop, Vick. I'm a one-stop shop.
What?
I'm a one-stop shop.
Right. But what I'm referring to is how you have. So Joey, give me an example of, like, if your AC breaks down or your car breaks down, do you have a go-to guy for certain things? Name me something that you have a go-to guy for.
Okay, so I have a go-to guy for floors. I got un carpintero also that can do everything. I have.
So talk to me. So why is that your go-to guy for floors?
Oh man, because he does good jobs. He did my mom's floor.
Because
He did the floor. He did my mom's floors in Fort Myers. He drove from Miami all the way up there to do it.
See, and I like.
And if you're willing to drive 2 hours and give me a discount on the job and do a good job, bro, you're my go-to, man.
Look at that.
And I have an AC guy.
So I heard you say three things. I heard you say, oh, because he does a good job. Number one, like, does a great job. Okay. And he was able to go above and beyond. Okay. And he gave you a discount.
Yeah.
So that's great. I'm glad you said all those things, because that's exactly what I'm sort of getting at. And that's that agent. I wonder if I had this conversation, because it's a thought that I want to just kind of just sit with it for a little bit. And I'm like, well, why don't those clients say, no, I have a realtor, no, Joey's my realtor. That's my realtor. It don't matter if it's 2 years from now, 5 years from now, whatever it is, no, Joey's my realtor. Right?
I got an AC guy. If anybody needs an AC guy, he's off the chain. He's awesome.
So
he does everything, even walking freezers if you guys need him to do that too.
See? There you go. So that's how you want clients to talk about you. Oh, I have a realtor. This guy's amazing. You see everything he goes above and beyond. He's very thorough through the process. Everything goes super smooth. So I want you guys to try to just really figure out, like, really think about that and really strive to be that for your clients. Really strive to say, no, I have a realtor. And that's what it takes. It's, first of all, doing a great job managing the transaction. Okay. Managing the transaction from when their contract to close, and even before, even before they're on their contract. It's 3 phases to this, really. It's when you first meet them to they're under contract, from when they're under contract to closing, and then post-closing. Okay. So I want you guys to really kind of evaluate and just work on that and say, hey, what do I want my client experience to be from when they first meet me till they find the house. Okay. Then from when they find the house till they get to the closing table, what do I want that experience to be like? Okay. And then from the closing and beyond. From closing and beyond, what do I want that to be like?
Follow-ups are good. Follow-ups. If you don't do enough follow-ups, I mean, they're gonna forget you.
Right. All right, but it starts with doing a great job, going above and beyond. And I know sometimes, guys, let's talk about the great job. The great job, that comes with training, that comes with learning the process, learning everything. Learning. A lot of you guys, honestly, like I'll give you an example. A lot of you guys can't even necessarily explain a purchase contract. Like if a realtor calls you, and I know because I get the call sometimes, hey, my client's asking me about this specific clause, you know, you guys need to learn those things, learn what the contingencies are, learn what, certain clauses are. And trust me, and if you don't know it, you can probably read it and figure it out. And if you can't, it's cool, call me. But it starts with that. It starts with being, you know, one of the things that I always like to say, and it's worked for me, okay, is let me treat my client as if I'm buying this house myself. Okay, I treat my client as if I was buying this house for me, or if I'm buying it for my mom. I told I told that at the listing. I had a listing appointment a few weeks back, and the listing's coming up like in 2-3 weeks in Plantation. I told her, no, don't worry. Listen, I'm gonna sell you. I'm gonna treat you like if you were my mom. Like if I'm selling my mom's house. And she was really appreciative. She was like, "Oh, thank you." Like so, I treat you like if it's me, if you're family, I'm gonna hold your hand the whole way and make sure you have the best experience possible. There are some things out there we can't control, so let me prepare you and set you the expectations about inspections, about appraisals, about what happens when lenders can't close on time. Let me set those expectations for you. Let me talk about that so you can know everything that can possibly happen. Okay, so let me educate you. Let me kind of just tell you, hey, you know we have a whole nother side of a transaction when it comes to a buyer, inspectors, appraisers, insurance, title, and we can't always control every single aspect of that. Okay, so I'm going to give you the best service possible. I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to go above and beyond. um but you know you but you have to know that, hey, there's certain things that that just simply are out of my control, and you, as a good realtor, you try to minimize those things, but ultimately you can't control every single thing. um Joey, why was it that you said that the guy, why did I say the guy went above and beyond? Oh, it's because he drove far. I think I lost
Yeah,
Joey.
because he drove to Lehigh Acres to my mom's house.
So he drove far and gave a discount.
Yeah, man.
And at the same time, some realtors, let's be honest, some realtors won't even help a client necessarily with I don't know, reviewing an inspection report or applying for an association. You know, we had a client not too long ago that apparently didn't apply to the association because the realtor just, oh well, I told him to apply, and turns out that 2 weeks later that he didn't apply, or he applied but then he missed a document. Guys, go above and beyond. Take care of that client. Okay.
I got a good example for that one.
Why don't you? Why don't? Again, I would take care of all the association applications, especially if I saw they got complicated. I would, first of all, right now, I have a transaction where, as of this morning, we're good with inspection. Everything's moving forward. So the next step I'm doing is I'm figuring out how does that client apply to the association. I'm going to pay attention to see what has to be done. And I'm either going to, if it's simple enough, I'll pass it on to the client. Okay. But if it looks at all, hey, you need this documentation, you need that, you need X, you got to go drop it off somewhere else. I know that particular client is a post office worker. So that, and they work, Monday through Friday, like early morning till 5. So it's like 9 to 5, 9 to 6. So I already know that client, hey, I don't think that client's going to be able to drop off the association in a timely manner. So I'm going to take it on myself to meet with that client, say, hey, let's just get the paperwork. I'll meet with you and I'll go ahead and, the management company is somewhere in Miramar. I'll take a quick drive and drop it off. How appreciative is that client that I didn't just say, hey, apply for the association. Here's the instructions. Go ahead and do it. And some of us, you might have a transaction coordinator that does that. which is great if you do. But if you don't have a TC that's taking care of those things, guys, you have to try to go above and beyond. So again, going back to what I'm talking about is, how do we get those clients to feel like, no, I have a realtor. If you need a realtor, I got one. Just the way you talk about that AC guy, just the way you talk about that floor guy, just the way you talk about, the carpintero that you mentioned, all that, just the way you talk about those people. How do you get your clients to talk about you the same way? Okay. So remember, guys, go above and beyond. Everybody here. So that's kind of like contract to close. And we'll do more and more training and more stuff on this prior to closing, guys. Prior to closing is kind of like the details, I think everybody here should make sure you have a buyer's presentation. Whether you present it to them or not, have a buyer's presentation that you can email or hand over to that client. Sometimes you don't get a time to do a presentation, or sometimes you might say, Vic, I don't have to do a presentation. I got this client locked down. They call me for the lead. I show them the property. We put in an offer. Okay, cool. Give them the presentation anyways. Bring it to the property or send them an email. It's just a source of information, because your buyer's presentation should have a lot of details. And if you use the one on the marketing platform, it's going to have details about the mortgage process, the title process, things to look out for when to putting an offer. It's going to talk about the contingencies of the contract. So providing that, providing a buyer's presentation with a blank contract that already you can get, hey, here's not a blank contract, but an example contract, like a sample contract. Hey, let me give you this. I know we just met, okay, and I'm just showing you the first property, but I want to provide you with this information, just so you could look it over in your spare time, okay? And if it's a client that you're trying to win over, schedule an in-person buyer consultation, or even on Zoom, guys. Even on Zoom. If you need to use, if you don't have a Zoom, I think they're free, but if you don't, ask for me for the account. Zoomwithelement.com. Anybody can log in there and schedule a Zoom call. Okay. So try to, just the same way you feel, guys, when you go somewhere. Last night I went to this is gonna make you funny, but I went to Chili's last night. And I swear to God, guys, this was the best Chili's experience I've ever had. I was actually surprised, and I even said to Maylene, I said, man, I think this is the first time in my life where Chili's has the chips right, the chips and dip, like the chips and salsa. It's the first time, like, in years that they got it right. Not that I go to Chili's often, but that was a great experience. And the server was like super, super attentive, super like, hey, honey, how are you? What can I help you with? Every single time that server walked by, she just quick, hey, you need anything? Boom, real quick. Every single time that server walked by, it was very attentive. Okay. At the end, towards the end of the night, that service got a little, it got a little shaky. Okay. And I could see that she was getting busier, because it got super, super busy out of nowhere. So I could see her going from table to table to table to table. So it got a little shaky, but you know what? I was still very impressed from that beginning, from the first probably like 30 minutes until we got our food, that it was great. The service was just kind of a little bad when towards the end, when I was like, hey, I want to get a box and I want a little more water. So I still gave her a great tip, because I was like, hey, the beginning, when we got here, the food was great. The service was great. It got a little shaky at the end, but I was still very happy and I was content. I was like, hey, I would definitely come back here. If I ever come back to a Chili's, this is the Chili's I'm going to. And that's the Chili's in Doral, by the Top Golf. So it's like brand new, super, super nice. But the point is, guys, that, sometimes, you might have a transaction that is shaky at the end, but all the hard work, everything you put at the beginning, people notice that stuff. People will notice that stuff and they'll appreciate it, and they'll know, hey, not everything, is in your control as an agent. Okay. So prior to closing, try to sit down and write down the things that you want. What is that experience? Think about yourself. What would your experience be? If you were to buy a house, what would you like that experience to be like from when you first meet a realtor to you get under contract? What do you want that experience to be like once you're under contract, up to closing? I'm actually working on writing this email that I'm gonna share with you guys. Hopefully I have it done by the end of today, where it's a great email to send to a client once they get under contract. Because sure, a lot of these things are on your buyer consultation, but now that it's under contract, let's emphasize them a little more about, inspection periods, financing period, closing deadlines, escrow deposit, making sure they have all that information, making it easier for them, guys. Sometimes buyers get under contract and they're just lost, and they're just looking at you and at the lender and hoping to get that guidance that, like, hey, where do I go from here? Okay. Now shifting to post closing, that's the one where I think, that's why I think a lot of agents are dropping the ball. It's in the post closing. It's in, okay, I closed on this client. Okay. Now what do I now how how do I follow up? How do I continue to build this relationship and go hopefully get more referral business? Anybody want to chime in? Anybody have any stories, anything that they've seen kind of work for them, or what they do to try to get more referral business from the clients that they've already closed?
I call my past clients once a month.
Okay. Do you feel once a month? Some people would say that's a little, like, man, that's a lot.
No, because once my clients do business with me, they're not part of my family.
Good. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. So talk to me. You call a past client. What does that conversation go like? What does that conversation more or less go by when they pick up the phone?
Well, the CRM is key here, right? Because we speak to so many people. Without a CRM, your mind is lost. So every time I speak to them, I always put notes. So-and-so is doing this. Hey, how's the family? And then I'll bring something up that came up in a past conversation. And I know that it came up because it's on the CRM. I might remember it, but a lot of times I don't. But I remember it when I read the notes on the CRM. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what we spoke about last time. And that's pretty much what helps me, just getting a quick refresher of what we spoke about the last time we spoke. And I just basically bring it up. And it basically tells them that I'm listening to what they're saying. Because in the back of their mind, they're not thinking, oh, this guy has a notes of what we spoke about. They just think that I really remember everything we spoke about, and I deeply care about their situation. I'm not saying I don't, but if it was any other situation, I wouldn't be memorizing everything that I spoke with anybody.
Yeah. And as your business grows, and it gets even harder to remember those things. So you have to put that on Chime, put it on the CRM, whatever the CRM you use. Put notes. I spoke to them, they're going on a trip to Europe this summer. Boom. There you go. That's a point of conversation next time you call. But if you call that person after the vacation and you totally forget that, which you may, when you talk to so many clients, so many people, you might forget that. Maybe you missed it on social media, whatever it is, make sure you bring up those points. But I think the biggest point that you made, Mike, is, and I think what everybody has to try to get from this call, is that the minute you closed on those people, it's like they become part of your family. That's really the way to look at it. They become part of your family. Think of it as your work family. Think of it as your business family, whatever it may be. And what is the biggest thing about family? Okay, what makes family valuable is that they're there for you. You guys, that's what makes family valuable. That's what makes family strong. Okay, a good family is when the brother and the sister, they're always there for each other. They got each other's back no matter what. So one of the things that I preach when it comes to that is, yes, contact them, reach out to them, but ask that question, guys. What can I do for you? Okay, what can I do for you? It's the same thing when you think about when you talk to your kids, when you talk to your mom, when you talk to your brother, your sister. Hey, what's going on with you? Like, how are you doing? What's going on? Are you doing well? And if maybe you're not, what is there that I can help you with? Right? What can I help you with? Oh, you're moving. Oh, you're moving this weekend. What's going on? What do you? You're throwing away a couch. Oh, you need something. Oh, you know what? I got a truck, you know, let's put the couch in back of the truck. I'll help you dump it. You know, that's going above and beyond. Okay, those are the things that are going to not just necessarily, hey, calling and seeing what's up, but I've seen realtors, guys. This is just a few examples. I've seen realtors have conversations with their past clients where, oh, you know, my kid is just, you know, recently graduated college and is looking for a job. And I've seen that realtor say, oh, you know what, I know somebody, let me ask around. Hey, X person, are you still hiring over there? Oh, I might have a great candidate for you. Calls back the client. Hey, I think I have a great potential opportunity for your son. Would he like this job? Oh, great. Let me match them up. Boom. And that past client that you never knew, you met him off whatever, it was a lead. You helped their son get a job. What do you think? That's that going above and beyond. Some stuff like that is like, hey, that's my realtor. You think if that client ever, and that client has already, oh my god, that client's referred, like after that client's referred at least 2-3 clients to that realtor. So stuff like that is great. I personally, that story about the couch I just told you, that's a true story, because I went with the realtor, one of our agents that has a truck. He helped another agent, a past client of his was selling a couch. The couch, he moved into the house. About a month or two later, he was like, this couch doesn't fit with my place, but I need to get it out of here. He's from out of town. He didn't know where the dumpster was. So my guy goes, hey, you know, I'll go pick it up for you. Don't worry. I'll pick it up and I'm going to dump it. There's a little dumpster over there in PSN. I'll go ahead and dump it over there for you. Look at that. That's like post-closing, going above and beyond, saying, hey, I'm not just here to help you buy or sell. I'm not necessarily here to just, you know, give you statistics on the market and kind of let you know how the market is going and show you how much equity you may have. I'm here to help you, whatever you need. That's the part, Mike, as you mentioned, is they're part of my family now. It's like they're part of the family. So what can I do to help you?
Vic, I ended up helping my client move.
I remember that. And
I don't know if I'll ever do that again.
And guess what? Is that client help? Not again. Is that client buying another property with you right now?
I'll probably end up paying for future clients to move. Like me personally, I wouldn't do it again because it was much. But
we all know people disappear when it's time to move. So even family.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass. It's the worst.
I'm actually working with them again. They're buying another property.
Joey, after you help that guy move, that guy's not. If you ask him, hey, you got a realtor? That client is gonna say, no, I got a realtor. I got a guy.
Another client of mine, we're under contract. We haven't even finished, and he already recommended somebody else just because, since he's a foreign investor, he doesn't have a license, he doesn't have a car or anything. So I would pick him up every day, take him out to see houses. One time I took him out to like do groceries for where he's staying. So now he's like, he sent me more business. He's like, I know we're not done, but and you're doing such a great job. I can only imagine what more you could do for me and for mine. So he sent me a colleague of his, actually.
It's just going above and beyond, man. It's just going above and beyond. People want a service, man. People want to, like, you know, I told you guys the story. I went, we got a Tesla rental not too long ago, and it was crazy how you just show up to Tesla and it's like, here's the keys, test drive it. You don't, oh, do you need my driver's license? No. Do you need my insurance? Do you need anything? No. Just go, bring it back tomorrow. What? That's like, people want an experience, man. People want a service. They want, you know, they want to make sure that they're happy, like anything else. The real estate is the same thing, guys. Real estate, so you have to sit down and you have to sort of create that plan and sort of figure out, hey, what do I want that experience to be like? You know, what do I want that experience to be like for the clients? Ennio, you there? We got Ennio on the call, but I don't know if he's chiming in or. All right, guys, we got 2 minutes and we're going off. Rafaela, before I leave, before we get off, talk to me. Any takeaways from this call? Can you tell me a little bit about what you learned? Anything you picked up? Anything that stuck with you from whatever I said or anybody else said? What was your feedback?
Well, everything stuck with me. I mean, it was very informative, you know, and it was short and sweet, so it kind of sticks with you. And especially, I think it was Mike who said he wrote on his CRM notes when he speaks to the clients, and that way it refreshes in his mind all the time.
Yeah, the notes are important, especially as you you get more contacts, you get more leads, you meet more people, you continue to add people to your database. It gets you. It's necessary. It helps a lot. It helps tremendously. All right, Maylene, you there? Hopefully she's there. No, she might not be in. All right, guys, but guys, these are the points of these calls. I want to next week. I'm gonna start doing them Mondays. By the way, I'm gonna be out of town all of next week. I'm actually leaving Friday, but I'm gonna still try to jump on and I'm gonna still jump on and do the cafecitos. But I'm gonna do it Mondays instead of Tuesdays this week, obviously because of the holidays and all that. On Thursday we have a training about marketing, and on Saturday we're doing like a rookie boot camp. It's gonna be 8 weeks long. It's really good. It starts off a little bit just with a lot of basic stuff, which is great for the rookies. But it'll start jumping into like practicing your buyer consultation, practicing your listing presentation. So by the end of like the 8 weeks of the rookie boot camp, you should be pretty knowledgeable. You should have a lot of knowledge in your arsenal, ready to like work with clients. So guys, anybody else have any input, anything else they want to chime in before we jump off?
Victor, real quick, the boot camp on Saturdays, is it the office or Zoom too?
I'm gonna find out by the end of today.
Okay.
It might be hybrid, but it might just be in the office.
Okay, will you shoot me a text so I can know?
I will. Okay. I'll put it on I'll text you directly and I'll put it on the chat.
Okay.
But I gotta talk with Yessie about that just to make sure we're on the same page.
Okay.
All right, guys. So guys, thank you for coming in. I love these mornings. Hopefully I want to do more. Because we can talk about anything. We sort of just jump on here and have an open discussion about certain things. This, that was what's on my mind this morning, was that whole part about how do we get our clients to say, hey, I have a realtor, I have an agent, like just the way you say, hey, I got that plumber, I got that AC guy, I got that guy for the floors. So guys, focus on that. Take time to really put in place things that that you want for that experience from your client, whether it's handwritten letters, whether it's emails that you send throughout the process to keep them informed, whatever it may be. And I think, again, the biggest takeaway, if anybody gets it, is post-closing, think of those people like they're your family. Think of those people like they're your family. And always reach out, always say, hey, what more can I do for you? What can I help you with? Okay? Because after they close, they already bought the house. They don't need a house no more. So it's just a matter of, hey, do you need, windows? Do you need, recommendations for a roofer? Whatever it is, do you, anything. Do you need, let me give you some information about, tax credits. Make sure you're taking advantage of this deduction on your taxes, whatever it may be. Okay. All right, guys. So I'll see you guys throughout the week. I'll put some stuff on the chat. When I got the door hangers ready, I'll put them on the chat. When I have the letter, the other thing I was going to put on the chat, the email to buyers once they're under contract, I'm going to let you guys know. So I'll put that on the chat as well. All right, guys, have a good Monday. Kill it. Rafaela, get back on those goals. Remember, 50 calls. Let's do it. Let's try to get it done by this week. And trust me, if you make those calls, you have those conversations, you're going to start seeing clients. You're going to start seeing people say, hey, just like you already got one that wants to buy the land, you're going to find some that want to buy, want to sell potentially. So have those conversations. Just remember how we spoke about doing it. And if they're not interested, remember, try to get the email. So remember, hey, let's keep in touch. Okay. What's a good email for you? And try to get those emails so you start, marketing to those people through email. Okay. All right, guys. Have a great day.